Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, this is Reverend Sim Racing, and today we're in the RS3 at Sebring International Raceway on Forza Motorsport. We're going to try the public multiplayer lobbies, we're going to see what kind of carnage ensues and see if you're able to have a decent race. Now when this game launched on PC back in, I think it was November, it was in a bit of a mess. I've not tried it since then, and this is a game that I just pick up and play with a controller, don't sit in the rig, and just try and have a little bit more of a relaxed time. Oh, a little bit of contact there from the rear. There's absolute carnage to the right hand side with both of the cyan links is off. Oh, even more contact. And again. And then we've got an entry there into the upside down from Stranger Things. He'll never be seen again. There's a fierce battle ahead with the other cyan links and an Astra. The Astra comes off the better. We'll give that Astra a wide berth. The Tartan Touareg there. He's shown that the Scottish will take no messing whatsoever when it comes to touring car racing. And we're up behind the Golf. Golf's a little bit slow coming out. Oh, I've managed to tap the back. That's compromised our speed down the straight. Nearly closed on my teammate, but we're going to give him the room. He's going to get a good run on the Golf, gets a bit of slipstream. I'm going to go to the left hand side, he's going to go to the right. The Golf's in an Audi sandwich. It's 3 wide now to the final corners at Sebring. Probably pronounced that wrong, but it is what it is. We're side by side now with the Tartan Touareg. As we enter the final corner, he's got a better run than us. He's onto the straight, we're going to tuck him behind, see if we can get a bit of a slipstream from that Vauxhall Astra in the Audi, see if we can put a move on him into the first corner. We head down at speed, going down from 4th to 3rd, trying to get on the inside of the Touareg. There's a sentence you never thought you'd hear. There's a sentence you never thought you'd say. We're late on the brakes, on the inside now of the Touareg, there's no contact, it's a lovely clean move, however there's far from clean moves ahead. The Audi driver, he does the blocking for us, fantastic bit of defensive driving from our teammate, which stopped the Touareg, coming back up our inside. And there's a gaggle of cars ahead, so there's still progress to be made here. We've got the other Audi now, he forces us a little bit wide. Nice line, onto the straight, we've got a good run, could do with picking up a bit of slipstream from that MG ahead. But we should be able to get this move done on Jibby Kennedy. It's side by side now, down the straight. Graphics are a bit poor if I'm honest. Late on the brakes, the other Audi tries to go around the outside, we've got a Scion off to the left. He's going to come back in, bit of contact, nothing major, that's fine. We've got the slipstream from the Audi in front, we'll tuck him behind. However that Link Scion is not slow. Down the straight, he's going to have the inside now as we're going to turn into turn 1. He squeezes me tight. He's late on the brakes, there's a little bit of contact. On the other Audi, he takes his front. Great teamwork there from the Audi drivers to see that Scion off. That's the end of him. There's even more contact ahead. The Golf's into the side of the MG. The MG's pushed wide onto the grass. There's no grip out there, mate. See you again, thanks for coming. And we managed to make another place. I think that was us up to 4th. Not doing so bad, into lap 3. Jibby Kennedy there, being a little bit liberal we'll call it with the track limits, and then he sees us off to the outside. That's no problem, we'll try and get a good line onto the straight. Get in the slipstream, tuck in behind the Audi. And let's see if we can continue to make some progress down at Sebring. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, is it Sebring? Sebring, probably Sebring. I'm sure one of our American viewers will tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Into the final turns now, there's more contact ahead, the Audi tries to go up the inside of the Golf, takes the tight line, we've got a decent run as well, tuck in, behind the Audi, get that slipstream. The Audi driver ahead, he must be a customer team, he's not running the Works livery like we are, so we're the Works team behind the customer driver, can't have that. Slide up the inside, nice and tight, manage to stay within track limits, little bit of contact on the exit, but we get it done, we're up to 3rd. There's no penalties and we managed to get it slowed down for the hairpin. Little bit of contact with the Golf, pushing wide, little bit of contact again, but it's alright, rubbing is racing, it's touring cars after all said and done, and there's no penalties handed out. Well, there is in the corner, but they're not handing out to us. Oh, there's a tiny bit more contact again as the Golf slow through the exit. Track limits, hello? It's the track limits calling for the Golf? No, doesn't seem to be interested in the track limits, and he gets himself a 0.4 second penalty for good measure. We've got the slipstream, decent little run, 5th gear, punching down the straight in the Audi, and that's goodbye, we'll never see him again. Oh, yeah we do, he's just there. Popped up again at the rear, gives us a bit of a punt, bit of a push, I don't get a penalty for that, which is great. I would have been slightly amused had I got a penalty for being completely punted from the rear, but no penalties, so we're in to the next lap. Only a few more laps to go now of what has been a hectic race at Sebring. We're up to second, there's 2 more laps to go, we've still got the Golf for company. Into the hairpin. The Golf goes ever so slightly wide, the customer Audi's up the inside, and it's Works Audi second, customer Audi third. All in all, the boys back in Germany should be very happy with what's happened here today. Get a decent line through the S's as we skip forward to the end of lap 7. That's the end of the race. Looks like we're going to finish second. Loyalty, 8 seconds ahead of us, there was no catching that guy. But with the orange front tyres, as they're absolutely ruined, we crossed the line. Decent race. We're up 7 positions, can't argue with that. We head now to the Grand Oak Raceway. As you can see, it's a packed grid for the touring car race today. We're starting third from back, in the Audi once again. Let's see if this can be as eventful as the race at Sebring. See, I'm pronouncing it Sebring sometimes, Sebring other times. I just like to mix it up. So we have a quick look behind us, make sure we've got no threats, decent start. Up behind the Honda Civic into turn 1, little bit of contact with the Peugeot and the Golf, more contact with the Peugeot and the Honda Civic, but we get a couple of overtakes done and we're up to 16th. As we head now into the right-hander, there's nowhere near as much contact as I thought there was going to be. Forza can sometimes get a bad name and sometimes it's deserved, but other times you can get half-decent racing. So as we head now into the left-hander, there's a little bit of contact up ahead between the Cyan. That slows down the Golf. I give him a little bit of a tap, but it's going to be 3 wide, down now into the 90 degree, or close to 90 degree turn on the track. We're late on the brakes, very liberal with the curbs, get a lovely push uphill from the Golf. Too many E's and P's in his name, can't pronounce it, so we're just going to call him Elp from now on. We're trying to go around the outside of the other Works Audi. The outside's going to become the inside, no contacts, good racing from the Audi driver. Really great. Oh, it gives us a little bit of a push down the hill, clearly just trying to help us. There's mayhem off to the right hand side. That fight continues and the Subaru's round. That was always going to happen, I'm afraid. There was a bit of bad temperedness about that one, if I'm going to be honest. So we're down the straight into lap 2. Down to 4th, help with the rotation, onto the curb, get on the power, and we're gaining on the cars ahead. Late on the brakes, again a good gaggle of cars, so there's progress to be made. We're already up to 11th. A bit more rubbing between the Cyan and the Honda Civic. The Civic goes wide, can we tuck up the inside? Always going to disappear that gap, so we just get out the throttle, compromises us ever so slightly, but I'm quite confident as these guys fight, we should be able to catch them up. So we're looking further ahead now, we can see it side by side with the other Audi driver, with the Cyan. They've made contact. The Audi's sideways, the Cyan's on the gravel, but we've got a decent run. And we're in to the top 10. On the brakes now, into the right-hander. Dive bomb the other Audi driver. Far too late from me, shocking driving. But we stay out wide, no harm done. Escobar's not going to be happy. He'll be on the phone to his minions, and then they'll be waiting outside the paddock for me. There'll be Uzis and bullets flying everywhere. So we'll try and keep up with Pablo, the captain. We've got his slipstream, we're much faster in a straight line than the Honda Civic. Late on the brakes, Elp's come up the inside, great move from Elp. We've lost another place to the Sergeant Cobra. Oh my word, all sorts of chaos. And Escobar is going to be livid. Oh, Elp again. He gives us some more Elp as he pushes us round. Oh, Elp again. Oh, and then the Sergeant. Everybody's pushing us along. The positivity and the help that I'm getting this race has been fantastic. These guys want me to win. They want me to achieve something special here. You can tell with the way they're pushing me along. However, the win isn't on. We need a miracle at this point. So we take the left-hander up the hill, using all the grunt of the Audi, up behind the Honda in its slipstream. Keeping our eye on the proximity arrows, I can see that we've got some company. The Honda's late on the brakes, there's skid marks everywhere, he's off, he's into the gravel. The Sergeant's on the outside. We're going to stay as tight as we can, but that Lynx Cyan gets a decent run out of the corner, and so does the one behind. I'm in a Cyan sandwich. Can't see anything for a second there because of the name tag. Really helpful. Looking at the proximity arrow there to the left, I can see the Cyans coming. With the Audi meeting a Cyan sandwich. Down to fourth for the first corner. Liberal with the curbs, on the power, up the hill. And it's going to be who brakes latest. Into the right-hander. Try and take a tight line. The Sergeant's gone in deep. He gets a better line than us. We wash out on the exit. That compromises us into the left-hander. We're going to have to try and tighten this line up. We've got help. Oh, there he is again, giving us some more. And now it's going to be a drag race between the Cyan and the Audi. It's certainly going to be tight as we head down into the virtually 90-degree left-hander. He's late on the brakes, we're late as well. Managed to avoid some contact. However, they're both off to the seaside on the right-hand side, and that's us up to 7th. Can't even remember where we started, but we're up to 7th position. Still got the Cyans for company. I've gone a bit deep, he's going to go around the outside. But we managed to take the tight line, keep it tucked in, little bit of contact, helps there again, pushing us down. No penalties as we head down onto the straight. Good run again from the Cyan, he's in the slipstream, he's absolutely flying, he's on the outside, there's nothing we can do about that. Late on the brakes though, down to 4th, sweep it in for the tight line, he's going to be on the power a little bit earlier, great racing. Is there going to be a move on down the inside? There is, we're on the brakes late, it's a paper width between us, bit of contact with somebody else from the rear I think, and the Cyan appears to be out the picture. And we fast forward now to lap 5 of 6. We ended up with a Peugeot, I believe it was, for company. He was coming through. He managed to get on the inside of us. As you can see, my right hand front tyre is ruined. Bit of a suggestion there that we could use some fuel, but we're not going to take it. We estimated at the beginning we'd have enough. So we're in the slipstream of the Peugeot. We appear to have got a half decent run. Both front tyres are now yellow. Bono, my tyres are gone. Up the inside, into turn 1. However, the Peugeot's still there. I feared that we were going to have this Peugeot for company for the entire rest of the race. However, as I look behind, there's a little bit of contact with the other Cyan, and that appears to be just enough to knock the Peugeot out of rhythm, and we manage to break away ever so slightly, or just enough. That half a second is just enough. It means that we can just manage these tyres home. That's lap 6 of 6. I've been the Reverend. Thank you for watching.